Venus entering Capricorn alongside Mars, which is already in there, on December 24th, Christmas Eve, at 11:26 a.m. Eastern Time. Venus, another personal planet. So we've already talked about Mercury, personal planet, Venus, personal planet, Mars, personal planet. That's the main trio. So when people talk about the big six, Sun, Moon, Rising, personal planets. Venus represents peace, balance, love, finance. Capricorn, talked about before with the Mars ingress. Capricorn can be emotionally withdrawn, highly responsible, dedicated, and very hardworking. The last time that Venus transited this sign was 11/11, November 11th to December 7th of 2024. This go around, the timeline is December 24th through January 17th. So think back, we were talking about this, 5 hours ago. All of these different planets, the outer planets that are changing signs in the first half of the year, you'll also note that in January, we have even these personal planets are all happening to change signs. So we have so many planets that are just changing back to back to back constantly in this backdrop. So yeah, it's going to feel like a lot of shifts. So for these weeks ahead, Venus transits are typically 3-4 weeks. We can expect an unclenching because Venus is about ease, relaxation, joy, pleasure in the Capricorn area of our chart. So again, keep in mind, we already have Mars in Capricorn, and Mars is like, let's do things. I'm so happy. I love being in Capricorn. Let's get stuff done. And then Venus is like, let's just have fun. So that could maybe cause an issue, or it could just mean that while you're getting things done, now you have this wave of not making it so intense, making sure that you are taking care of yourself while you're getting things done. So the idea is it will be very supportive, and whatever you've already got going that you started to spin up in this area of life, when Venus comes in, it adds something else to the mix. So we're finding balance in the systems that we already have or that we are creating with Mars in this sign. How can we do the scales a little bit? It could support us in increasing our creativity. So getting more creative in how we are approaching our goal setting. Capricorn loves a goal. How we're approaching achieving those goals. So method and perspective on it, as well as evaluating, as we always do with Venus, the relationships. So because Capricorn cares about the personal ambition and the trajectory, and Venus also is looking at, the finance and the dynamics and balance, we can think about it like this, does it have a high ROI, return on investment? So that's kind of like how you bring the two of them together. So you're like, okay, what do I have going on in Capricorn? Who's involved here? What am I getting from them? I'm putting things in because I'm very driven and I want to get things done, and Mars is helping me do that. What am I getting in return? And if I'm not checking enough things off, I don't want it. And if I am, I'm signing it off. I'm giving it the stamp of approval. Great, that can stay. Anything else is throwing off balance. It's not supporting us. It's not helping us with anything by means of peace or self-care. And therefore, through our evaluation, again, it focuses on values. It now is out of alignment, and we either have to fix it or we have to kick it to the curb. My Venus is actually in Capricorn. Oh, 2 of you. Okay, great. So which house do you have? 3rd house. Again, Moon is in Capricorn. Yeah, so we're keeping in mind everything that we've already discussed with that Mars transit. So that plot line is happening. And then at the same time, staggered, we have Venus coming in. That's either helping to pick up some of the debris that was left in Mars's trail, or that's just tidying up, beautifying, adding some sparkle, adding some shine. So if we're already talking about, for Misty, communication, technology, working on any sort of writing project, communication project, then now it's like, okay, who are the people that are important for this? Who am I connecting with? Um, do I have balance? Am I overdoing it? Do I need to dial it back? Do I need to think outside the box, think a little bit differently with the things that I want to create, the things that I want to write? Shell, when you have your moon there, when it moves over the moon, then I don't know which house it's in, but when it moves over the moon, it's again, it's activating your emotions, but with Venus, it's wanting you to feel, you know, tender and supported. So it could be a really great time. Again, I don't know what the house is in particular, but some sort of a self-care practice, spending time with a loved one. I would say the degree of it depends on which house we are talking about for Capricorn. Chloe in my fifth house. So fifth house is Venus loves being there, play, pleasure, let's have fun, wonderful. So Venus is like supercharged, if you will. So just choosing to get extra creative and playful and flirty and all that stuff. 11th house helps you with nurturing friendships, making new friendships, because again, you have Mars that's kicking that off and saying, hey, let's meet new people. And then Venus is like, yeah, like, is this a good friend for me? Check or no check. So it helps you with that assessment process and it helps those people kind of find you. Chloe will be having lots of fun from Christmas Eve. Yeah, exactly. I do think it is super, super interesting that it happens to be falling on a holiday. So, it's kicking off basically a holiday time and a time that is associated with people spending a lot of time with each other. And you have Venus there, which will hopefully, one, support what's going on with those relationships, or two, encourage you to really assess, is this working? Is this good? And to be a little bit more calm and neutral about making tweaks to adjust accordingly. So that will just carry you through that Gregorian calendar New Year and then into those first couple weeks of 2026. I don't want to meet new friends in the cold. It can be online, social media. And it also, again, it doesn't have to be necessarily that. It could be that you are just finding community. So it could be that you join a club or some sort of online community or board or I would say class, but that would be a little bit more ninth house. So some sort of, it could be a networking group. It could be that you literally just sign up for like a LinkedIn group or something that you're going to go comment in. It could be that. It doesn't mean that you're actually sitting and talking to people and getting together with people, but just connecting to some sort of community, and it can be virtual.